Hello. Welcome to Moms with Yarn. Are you surprised to see us?
Do
We're
you remember us?
back.
Do you remember us? I'm not Sharon.
I'm not Tracy, but we're here.
We're back.
Hey. So this is Moms with Yarn, and this is episode 36.
6. Yeah,
How we've
36.
gotten far. A lot has happened. We were away because
Wait,
life
but who are
happens.
you? If you're not Tracy, who are you?
Oh, I'm Sharon, also known as Bronx Knitter. I'm Bronx Knitter 1 on Ravelry, and I'm Bronx Knitter on Instagram.
Yep. And I'm Tracy, TV McCarthy on Ravelry and TV McCarthy 5 on Instagram. Like we said, welcome back.
We should welcome our own selves back
Yeah.
because we're the ones who were gone. We
We're
had
busy.
scheduling issues, we had life issues
Yep.
and life changes and
Yep.
stuff. So, but we're here.
Yep.
We're here, and we're going to try to make some kind of a regular schedule. It's
Yep.
going to be an issue for a little bit longer,
Yeah.
but hopefully not much. And
Correct.
we'll get back to our regularly recorded schedule.
Sounds good.
So I do have some administrative, but I think I'll save it for the end
Okay.
because the more important thing is stuff we've been knitting. So, do you have any finished objects, Tracy?
I do. So I was working on the Bodacious, very small. I was probably only like to here the last time. So I finished the Bodacious. This is
Wow.
by Irish Girly Knits Carrie. And I did this out of 3 skeins, actually 4 skeins of the Plucky Knitter Sport. I ended up using 2 skeins for the pink, 1 skein of a one hit wonder in blue, and 1 skein of a one hit wonder in gray. So I finished this. This was one of my really. I love the way that Carrie's came out. I mean, they obviously both came out the same, but Carrie's colors were more my colors. It was grays, blues, and pinks. The dark blues, the navies, the blacks, the creams are very much my colors. So I finished that. And I also finished my Drayton Bells. And it came out great. I did modify it, as I mentioned in our last podcast. I didn't, the yarn that it called for had a bigger skein than the Plucky Knitter Sport. So I just modified it to make sure that I had enough yarn at the cast off. And I did. I ended up doing a I-cord bind off. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I ended up doing the I-cord bind off. And this is, again, 3 skeins of the Plucky Knitter Sport. I love it. It fits really great. I think that if I did make it to pattern, it probably would be too big for somebody my size. So I really ended up liking this one. And this is definitely my colors. I also finished a bushel basket, which is a pattern by Amy Miller. And this one was done out of the Plucky Knitter Snug Worsted. So it's nice thick yarn and it fits really nice. It's not done. I bought a pom-pom, like an alpaca pom-pom that I'll just thread through the back. But I really like this. So I think I'll probably end up keeping this. I also finished the Adair hat, which is a Irish Girly Knits new pattern. She just came out with it. She actually has matching mitts, which I'm going to be doing as well. This was made out of Bella Worsted Plucky Knitter. And I only modified the pattern, I think, slightly. I ended up doing like a few less stitches to cast on. And it's still very big. I like my hats really snug here. They don't necessarily have to be snug here, but I like them really snug here. And I could probably pull out, maybe 20 more stitches even, and it be the tightness level that I like. But this is the Adair hat. It's really cute. Like I said, she just released it. And then I finished my Sloan, which, as you remember, I ended up knitting almost all the way to the end and then realized that this I modified the end because at the end I think she only had you doing 5 ridges, garter ridges, and I really liked how the thicker garter ridge looked better, so I ended up ripping back because I didn't have enough yarn, and then re-knitting it. And I have to tell you, I don't love the way it fits. I always wear my shawls like this that are, the pointy shawls, the triangular shawls, and I just feel like this part is not long enough. So, I just don't know how I could rectify that without just making it a huge, huge shawl. I don't love it. I mean, it fits. It's, I can tie it underneath here, which is not necessarily how I want to wear it, but, it does occasionally do this, and then, I'm leaning down. It's just annoying. So I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely love the pattern. I definitely loved, knitting it. It wasn't monotonous. Like I said, I ripped back and reknit it. So, and I usually never do that. I'm usually just like, whatever it is, because I don't like to reknit. But I did, and I do like it. I just don't love it. So I'm struggling on that one. And then I also did an off-grid hat. Again, out of the Plucky Knitter. This one was Primo Aran, in the One Love colorway, which was like the minute I posted it, I got an email from somebody that was like, that's the coveted One Love colorway that everybody was trying to get, and this is what it looks like knit up. It's purple. I like it, but its purples are just not my color, so I'm not even sure why I purchased it. But I did. But this is a really cute hat, too. It fits well. Let me just see it here. It fits well on my head. I like the way that the top ended up. Mm-hmm. And I didn't modify the pattern at all.
Are you going to keep it?
Yeah, I usually keep hats. This one would probably fit my son. If it wasn't purple, he would wear it. Maybe if it is purple, he'd wear it. And then I think I showed you guys this already, but
yeah,
I finished my Bluebird of Happiness in gold. That's all I got is FOs.
Wow,
and my Ravelry projects page are completely updated. All of my modifications are on there if I forgot to mention them. All of my needle sizes, my pictures, because I was able to block them. All of them are blocked. All of them are, photos taken up on Ravelry. I did that all this week because I wasn't really feeling well, so I tried to do low-key items. That's it. What did you finish up?
Oh boy. I didn't finish up nearly as much as you finished up.
Well, a lot of my stuff were whips and hats. I mean, how quick are hats, really?
Uh-huh. So, my friend Joy asked me to make her some mitts for the cancer walk.
Oh, okay.
And, of course, I couldn't make that deadline for one reason or another.
Yep.
So, I made her the lambing mitts by Tolt Farms.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh,
she needs them to be pink.
Those are beautiful.
And they fold down so she can
drive,
do whatever she needs to get done. And I didn't cut all my ends. They're woven in, but they're not cut. So she can fold them down and wear them, or she can pull them over her fingers. She said, don't make me mittens, don't make me gloves, because I don't like my fingers covered.
Okay.
So it's using Red Heart Super Saver in the only pink yarn I had.
Uh-huh.
So I said, listen, these are for
next year's walk.
Decorations. They're not going to keep your hands warm.
Oh, they're not?
Not really. I mean, they'll keep your hands warmer than if you weren't wearing anything at all.
Yeah, but not like wool.
But they're not like wool.
Got it.
So these were done with US size 7 needles.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one project done.
Now, how much yardage do you think you used?
I'm going to say I probably used less than 100 yards.
Oh, that's good. And that's a worsted, right? The Red Heart is a worsted.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's a cute knit. I definitely want to do mitts for teacher gifts this year.
Yeah, they're fast. They don't take much, and you can go to a stitch dictionary and pick out any stitch you want.
Yep.
That matches the number of stitches you want. And I thought, well, it's like a sock.
Yeah.
If I put it's not. So you do need to do a little bit of, measuring.
Thinking.
The other thing is, pardon me while I reach. I used the Gales Art sock blank.
Yes.
and I finished
Oh,
my watermelon
cute.
socks. They're
Cute.
they're fraternal twins,
Uh-huh.
as you can see.
Yes.
And I would say they were plain vanilla, but they're not because I can't do plain vanilla. I think we had this discussion.
Yes, we did.
So while they're kind of plain in the front, there's a potty in the back.
Nice.
Cables.
That's really cute. That would even be nice as a mitt.
Yep.
Nice.
So
I like it.
these were done on US 1.5s.
And are those for you?
I don't know. They'd make a nice gift, but when I gift something to somebody, I really like it to be matchy matchy
Yeah.
for their sake, not for mine, because
Uh-huh.
I don't really care about me.
Uh-huh.
But I think that there's enough interest in the socks that somebody wouldn't mind. But anyway, this was a Gales Art sock blank, and it is 80/20 merino nylon, and I had some left over.
So can I ask you a question? When you pull, because you didn't rip out the blank, wash it, and then use it.
I knit
So
straight from the blank.
okay, so when you knit it, was it like kinky-ish?
Yeah.
And because it doesn't look kinky now.
Well, because it's blocked now.
Okay. Because
Um,
I knit a hat for our babysitter,
yeah.
and it's too big, but she wore it for a year. She didn't wear it, like it had been knitted up for a year. So I said to her at the time that I knit it, if it's too big, let me know. I don't mind reknitting it. I'd rather you love it than have you just keep this beautiful hat, and it was cashmere, or not cashmere, it was like Bella worsted, so it had a lot of cashmere in it. So she just recently gave it to me. I undid it, I pulled it out, and as I was starting to knit it again, I felt like the stitches weren't like either lining up. It was almost like it looked kinky. It looked like it wasn't smooth. Is that how it looked when you were knitting up your sock? Okay.
Yep.
So is it safe? Would you say it's safe for me to knit it kinked?
If you have knit a hat and you're reknitting the hat with the same size, first of all, when you knit,
Mm-hmm.
the knit stitches are under a certain tension.
Yes.
So they're the stitches that when you block it, those stitches become
That tension. Yep.
that stitch. So now you have that stitch, and if you use a bigger needle, the kink won't go back where it was.
Right. Exactly.
Okay? So generally, if you knit something and you unravel it, ideally you would wash it
Okay.
and start again.
Okay.
Because if you don't, the chances are, since your yarn was already stretched,
Yeah. I know.
the top part of the hat might come a little bit more loosey-goosey.
Right. Even the ribbing, I feel, I mean, I only did like an inch of rib, and to me it looked like I had reknitted it.
Yeah.
So,
That'll go away with blocking.
yeah, I'm just worried.
I wouldn't present it to somebody,
Yeah.
a half done hat. But the kink is okay to knit with. People knit from sock blanks all the time. You either love it or you hate it. Some people love the yarn, love the way the blank looks, and they turn it into a hank. They
Yeah.
wash it, they block it, and then they knit with it. They
Yeah.
make it into a pancake and knit with
Yeah.
it. The difference is, I believe, that while it's kinked,
Mm-hmm.
if you use because they give you a recommended needle size to use.
Yeah.
If you use that needle size, you really don't have a problem.
Yeah, I was going to say it probably wouldn't make a difference.
If you don't use that needle size, the hat will probably come a little bit bigger
Yeah.
because the stitches will stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking I probably will just wash it. Even if it's not, I'm not going to like soak it, and then I might just put it on a hanger, spray it with some wool wash, let it hang itself, and then see how it goes. And that'll be it. Like, to me, I feel like,
It looks like a used hat.
yeah, it looks like a used hat, but I don't want this to be like that big of an issue. Like, if it doesn't turn out fine, I'll just knit her another hat in another skinny yarn. It is what it is.
It's not like you don't have extra skeins of yarn in your house.
Well, correct. I can knit until the apocalypse.
Okay, there you go.
If I could eat my yarn, I would be 8 million pounds.
All right, there you go. You'd have plenty of fiber, so there'd be no problem with
Correct. Correct.
that. So the other thing I finished that just fell on the floor is my Rhinebeck sweater.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And it is called, I'm going to say, the Fifth Avenue or something like that.
Let's just go to your project page. Let me do that.
It's not in there. Don't tease me. I know it's by blah blah Tarasovic Clark. Let me not be a total slacker and at least try to help myself out. Because it's ridiculous. I did post the, I think I posted the picture on...
Instagram?
I saw the pictures on Instagram.
I remember seeing it on Instagram. I actually don't remember you posting on Instagram anytime lately. Is that bad? Let me see.
No. It's not bad.
Oh, no. You actually wore it at Rhinebeck under your jacket. Oh, no. I see it. It's just the shoulder's not done. Oh, the yoke.
Right. And I had my friend Maria, because it was just the two of us this year. I had her cut the strings off for me in the parking lot.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
Isn't that funny?
That is pretty funny.
I'll tell you what it is.
Oh,
I'll tell you what it is. But I made this out of...
Highland Avenue sweater.
That's what it's called, the Highland Avenue sweater. Okay, so I used that... You remember the sweater I made?
Hang on 1 second. Hi, Reese. We're going to go to Brady's soon. Maybe 45 minutes. Do you want to say hello to my friend Sharon?
Hi.
Hi, Reese.
Hi.
Okay. You want to go downstairs?
Mommy.
Yeah.
What do we can wear?
Pants and a shirt, undershirt. Like you normally do.
And like long sleeves.
Yeah, like your long sleeve that's downstairs. Okay? She woke up maybe an hour ago. She's my teenager. She's 7, but she sleeps until all hours of the night. Sorry.
There you go. Well, kids are kids.
Yes.
So this is the sweater.
Oh, that came out so nice.
I used remember the sweater I made by the Avra, I think it was called, by Filcolana, that had the ribbing, supposed to have the ribbing on the top. It was too big, my last year's.
Yes, I do remember your last year's one.
I ripped out the yarn.
And that's what you used?
Yep.
Oh my, can I just tell you, fabulous, fabulous idea, because this one is a hit. I love it. This is a sweater I would wear, for sure.
It has a shawl. Let me see if I can try it on without
falling off the chair. Keep your shirt on, Sharon. This is a family show.
It's still rated G.
It's still rated G.
We were gone. It didn't change when we were gone?
No, it did not.
Highland Avenue was so easy to make. It was
I love it.
It went so fast.
That looks good. That would look good in like Brooklyn tweed, like there.
I used Shepherd's Own wool.
Yeah. That looks like very rustic. I love
I
it.
used 4 skeins.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I don't know how much you can see.
We can see it all. Oh, the collar is really nice.
And it has, I would have to stand on the chair, I can't show you. The sleeves are a little bit long, but that's okay because even rolled back, they don't look bad.
I actually like my sleeves longer.
They don't look too bad. It fits well. She has buttons, but it looks like I only slightly wet blocked this because it was 2 nights before Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
And I needed it to be dry.
Correct.
And even with just a little spray wet, pat it down, I didn't get the length. Let me see.
Oh my gosh, Sharon. Oh my gosh, Sharon. You're scaring me.
The length is, I don't know how far down you can see.
I can't see past. No, I can't see it.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my gosh, you're scaring me.
I'm scaring my own self. You think I haven't fallen out of the chair before?
I've seen it. Oh, that's cute.
Curved hem.
Yes, I like that.
And so the sweater needs to be blocked and pulled down a bit
Okay.
because she has a couple of buttons here.
I'm thinking one of those
But I
like
think it takes away from.
yeah.
And I really don't. I think I would prefer to have. I don't know what I wanted, but I definitely don't want buttons.
Yeah, why don't you get like a nice clip, like a
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Like a pin.
But it actually looks really nice like that.
It is so warm and wonderful.
I love
I
it.
would knit this sweater again and again.
I love
I
it.
wouldn't use this yarn
Is it itchy?
because no, not really. But it had all manner of vegetable matter in it
I hate that.
that was spun into it and spun into the plies. So you'd pull out like these 6-inch long pieces of plastic and like, what the heck?
What the heck did that sheep do?
Yeah, what was that sheep rolling around in? But anyway, I love the way it feels. I love the way it fits. For once in my life, I took real measurements
Nice.
and made a sweater in the right size, which is jumbo, in case you were wondering.
Herzog would be very proud of you. Come on, give her a shout out, Herzog.
Amy Herzog,
Come
you're the
on.
best. So
So let me ask you, is it worsted, Aaron?
worsted weight.
Okay.
Um,
I love it.
very,
What
very rustic.
yeah, it
Okay.
looks it.
So I don't think you can see this, but I'd be pulling out
Ugh.
pieces of what is that?
Wire. It's like fence posts.
It's all through the sweater. Fortunately, the yarn is soft,
Okay.
even while it is rustic. I think this would be one of those sweaters that would be, long wearing. And even when it's not your favorite anymore,
Yeah.
I hate my neck to be cold.
Yeah, me too.
I hate it.
Yep.
So I don't normally make myself sweaters with collars on them. But, this was a joy, 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 joy.
Nice.
I'd make it again. I wonder if it would come out as well. I don't think that anything other than a solid, and I don't have a lot of solid in my stash. I don't have enough solid to make. But if you have worsted weight solid yarn in you should really consider making yourself a sweater, even if it's the only sweater you ever make.
Yeah.
Something that you feel like you could wear even into its old age.
Yeah. That's my James.
Because it doesn't make sense to wear a sweater that you're making for, like a Rhinebeck sweater.
Yeah.
That you're making that you're going to wear to Rhinebeck once because every year you make a new one. Make a sweater that you feel comfortable with, that you've gotten your money's worth out of, the yarn and the time and effort that you put into it. So that was definitely that sweater. It's unfortunately too warm for me to wear now, but I could see it's like a grandpa sweater with a twist.
Right. It's like I really like it. I like the color. It's something I would definitely wear.
Yeah.
So younger people as well as older people
would enjoy the sweater.
the sweater. Old and young.
It's so easy to make. I mean, there was some at the same time, which are the 4 words in the whole knitting universe that I can't stand the most.
Yeah.
When it says at the same time, it's like, I hate when that happens. But it was so organic in the way the instructions were incorporated in, because naturally you have to increase the collar while you're decreasing for the armpits.
Mm-hmm.
Very well written.
Nice.
And easy to understand. And the way I got around the at the same time things, where I wrote like underarms, neckline, and decreases for whatever the reason was. I just made 3 columns and marked each one every time I finished a row. Then I knew where I was, and pretty soon it was like, I don't even need this. What she's saying is you have to do this. There is a little bit of detail on the collar.
I like it. No, I did. I saw it. It laid really nicely.
And it's it was easy to understand. I think I could have done a better job, but anyway,
I think
love
it
this
came
sweater.
out great.
I wear this sweater if it, like I told my son, I'm not turning the heat on until the first snowfall.
Yeah.
How cold it gets outside. And I throw that sweater on, and actually, when I wear it, it makes me smile because
Nice.
I love it.
And aren't you glad you ripped it out and redid it?
But the Avra, I knew I was going to rip out.
Yeah.
There was a point where I thought maybe I should do some surgery. There's so many cables, and and then
You
I
needed
looked at
a
it and I
team
said, you
of
know what?
surgeons.
I'm not going to put that much effort
Right.
into it. I mean, you might argue that this is a plain sweater and it was mostly stockinette or whatever. The comfort level, I mean, all the other sweaters I made didn't have collars. All the other sweaters I've made, have the jewel necklines and stuff. And I like V necklines for my sweaters so I could wear a scarf and not have bulk up around here. But, oh my gosh, I just love this sweater.
It's really nice.
I love it. So I think that's it for my
FOs.
objects.
Okay. Whips.
So what have you got for whips?
So I have one whip that I'm going to start today. It's a new pattern by Irish Girly Knits. It's going to be knit out of these. Let me just open it. I'm making a lot of noise here. It's going to be knit out of 2 skeins of this, which is It Could Be Worsted by Anzula, and 1 skein of this. It's called Golden State, and it's a cowl. So I'll be knitting that up. I'm starting that today. Carrie just sent me the pattern. And then I've also, since I finished all that stuff, I really went nuts on Plucktober, which is when you knit as many patterns as you can out of the Plucky Knitter yarn, and she offers up prizes and what have you. I did a lot of Plucky knitting, a lot. So I just needed a little bit of downtime. So I cast on a baby snug blanket. It looks like this so far. It's just a plain zigzag pattern. The yarn color was picked by the recipient. She requested rainbow. It's for a friend's daughter.
Okay.
I already made this blanket once in white, and she has an affinity to this blanket type because her when she was younger, she got a blanket that was zigzag, and it's her blankie, so she really just likes that pattern.
Okay. She's
So-
passing on the tradition.
Just passing on. Yeah, she actually asked me if I could fix one of her blankies, and I said I could fix it if you want, but if she's not like ridiculously attached to it, I could just knit her a new one or crochet her a new one, and then that could be her new blankie. She's like, you know what, that's probably a better idea because that old blankie, even if I repair it, probably would be needing repairs a month from now. So I knit her that, and she liked it. And that's all I got for whips.
Okay.
What about you?
I have a few. So you may or may not have seen this on Instagram. This makes me smile. Okay, so I was gifted the pattern by Josh Ricks called Typhoon. And it doesn't make any sense to show you because I
That's really cute.
in black and white. It's by Josh Ricks, who I swear to you, I think he's a genius because I think he's a genius. So I knit up the Typhoon using.
Oh, I love it. That's really
This
nice.
is Candy Crush by Mustache, which Stacy called vintage
Because it's old school.
because it's old school, and black. This black is it's in the bag. It is Cascade sock yarn. So when I started knitting it, it was because I was fishing around in my stash for something, and I came across this. This is the Candy Crush. And I was like, this could be something. This could definitely be something. So then when Lisa gifted me the pattern, I pulled it out, and Josh says, if you finish this by the end of September, you could enter it into the September shawl knit along.
Oh, nice.
I was that close. I was that close, and I stopped in the middle of a row, which is bad podcasting planning.
Yeah.
But you start off with a few stitches, and you end up with like a whole bunch of all these stitches.
Yeah.
And then there's a pointed edge, kind of, and each point is done separately.
Oh, wow.
If it had been straight across, I would have finished.
Yep.
But each one is done separately. So I got one point done. Now I have to do the other 40 of them.
So close, but yet so far.
Oh, so close, but so far.
Well, September was a month ago.
I know, but still. It is November 1st.
It is November 1st.
But I was so close. So close. But
That's
I
really
love
cute.
these colors together.
Me too.
I love how bright and cheerful it is. And Stacy doesn't make this colorway anymore, which is fine because I didn't want it to be socks because, you know, socks get wrecked. A shawl can last forever, and you can always pass it on if you don't like the look of it anymore or whatever.
Right.
But you don't wear them out.
Right.
You don't wear a shawl out. So, yes, that is Typhoon by Josh Ricks.
Love it.
Yep, love it too. I'll be finished with that by the next time we podcast, which will hopefully be soon.
Yeah, I was going to say, which hopefully isn't another 6 weeks from now.
No, it won't be 6 weeks. The other thing I'm working on is another pair of socks because a woman can never make too many pairs of socks. I had started this in a different yarn, but now I didn't like it because I screwed up the pattern and whatever.
What's the pattern?
It's this one,
Oh, I like that.
and it is called something Traveling Leaves.
Oh, I think we got it for free. Did
No.
we? Are you
This
sure?
is out of my Think Outside the Socks book.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason why I'm not finished with it is because I packed a bag up to go to knitting class, and I put the book inside, and now I can't find the bag.
Oh, great.
I can't find the bag or the book. Yeah,
That's
I'm
funny.
not a loser. And this is Expression Fiber Arts.
Oh, okay.
And her stuff is really, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. I have
It
two
feels-
skeins I haven't used yet.
It almost feels like Plucky.
Nice. It can't be, though, because the Plucky Knitter has a exclusive deal with her.
I understand.
I'm
but
just putting it out
almost-
there.
it
Sarah,
almost-
I just want to make sure everybody knows, because I know you're watching, and I just want to make sure everybody knows that when
It
they buy the
reminds-
Plucky Knitter,
It reminds
plug,
me
plug,
of
plug, plug, plug.
Plucky Knitter. And it's in my
Oh,
Della
that's
Q
cute.
Koi bag.
Cute.
And the other thing I'm knitting on is, and you know, Tracy, if I made things once, I made them 100 times. But my little nephew Noah was born almost a month ago,
Aw,
and
cute.
he needs a sweater.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Is that the gnarled oak? Is that what it's called? What is it called?
Little Oak.
Yeah, little oak.
Yes.
I've made that twice.
You got two. Did you make them for both girls?
No, I made it for as gifts. I made one
Okay.
for both of them were for coworkers. It's
Okay.
a great pattern. It's bottom up.
Yeah, and it's so easy.
It's quick. It's not right. I mean, the most difficult part is the yoke, but even the yoke is like very easy, and it
Yeah,
fits
it's
well. It looks nice.
Yeah. So I put this. I started this on last Sunday. I finished it, but for the buttons.
Okay.
I finished it last night. So I finished the button band. So now I have to dig in my button stash and find some buttons for
Really
it.
cute.
But look at the way this yarn stripes.
I love it.
So this yarn it's from Lion Brand. It's called Ice Cream Yarn.
I've never heard of it.
In the blueberry colorway. One skein is 394 yards. It's a gradient, she tells me.
Okay. I've never heard of it before. It's really cute.
It's not cheap, but
What is it? What is it made of?
it is 100% acrylic.
Okay.
Because for baby stuff,
Yeah, you need it. Yeah.
washing machine.
Right.
Um,
Why is it not cheap? It's acrylic.
it was like $14
Oh, that's a lot for.
200 yards.
Yeah, that's a lot.
$10 I was expecting.
Now, can you get that in Michaels or AC Moore?
I haven't gone to Michael's or AC. I've been to Michael's. I haven't seen it. But I learned that if you go to Lion Brand on, I think it might be Knit Night or something, they offer you certain yarns at a discount.
Yeah.
They put them in a basket, the ones probably they don't sell, and then they give it to you for like a deep discount, more than 50%.
Wow.
So
They also have, the studio also has like the yarn of the month, and they give you like either 15 or 20% off that yarn for that month. So I've purchased yarn that way.
So yeah, so
Because not everything you can get at Michaels or AC Moore.
right, and sometimes they put the colors that don't sell in the
Correct.
store right away. Those are the ones they send out to
Correct.
distributors, whatever.
Yeah.
But this yarn is for acrylic. Oh my gosh, it's so soft.
Yeah, it looks it.
I'm used to Red Heart.
Yeah, I know. Now, how
And-
many skeins did you have to use?
I didn't even finish this one skein.
Oh, that's
It's a
great.
6-month size.
See, that's the thing. Like, $14 is a great, that's a great
Exactly.
gift.
Because if I was gonna sell the sweater, I'd sell it for more than $14.
Heck yeah.
So the deal is that so now I can also make him like a
A
hat
hat.
out of this because they don't need thumbs or anything.
Correct.
And the thing was that I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. So of course,
You can make two.
no, I have another sweater in mind,
Cute.
and he can use he'll outgrow them all
Yes.
before he wears them out.
Yeah.
And I think
Cute.
that if I make them in bigger sizes,
Yes.
we can go from one winter or spring, because you can wear the sweater in fall
Yes.
under your coat, in the winter under your coat,
Correct.
and in the spring if it's not too since it's acrylic.
Yeah.
And then if I make it, he's gonna grow. Maybe this was 6 months. Maybe I'll make 18 months for the next
Yeah.
size. So by next winter, even if it's too big, he can wear it through the whole season.
Yeah.
Because that first year, really,
I
how
know.
fast did they grow?
I know. Like
It's
this.
ridiculous.
Yep.
And my sister is a slim figure, and so the baby is skinny, and everything just looks so wide. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not going to fit. And then I was like, it has to fit because, it just has to.
Yeah.
So, and that is the end of my
Whips.
project.
So should we go and announce the winner of the Bluebird of Happiness? Yep.
Yes,
Yellow
if-
Bird of
In
Happiness.
case anybody's still watching.
I know.
Are you
Seriously,
still
it's
out
so
there?
embarrassing.
We missed you.
It's so embarrassing.
It is.
So, so I don't know if you could tell me if you can see
1 through 12.
12. Right. Okay. So I'm just gonna hit generate.
And it is number 2.
No, 10.
Oh, is it?
See, it's right here. Can you
Oh,
see?
there you go. Yep.
Okay. So let's go back to the Ravelry group. Oops.
I think that was Sue. Bar.
So let's see. So it's actually number 11 because we didn't start at number 1. So who's number 11? Clementine O. Clementine O.
Congratulations.
She was actually the last poster.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, Clementine, I think she attached her to our project bags.
She did. She did. So, Clementine O, Lisa, you're going to win. You've won this skein of yarn. It's actually from Expression Fiber. This is what Sharon was just talking about. This one is 50/50 merino silk fingering. And so once you get this, you have to tell us what you plan on making with it. It's 437 yards, so it's actually a generous yardage. You could probably make a shawl. You could probably make socks, but I don't know if you'd want to make socks out of silk. But let us know. Congratulations. I'll send this out. I have your address. I might actually just drive it up to you and like maybe we could, just do some quilting together maybe.
If we present it to you, personally, will you let us in?
Yeah. I'm just going to go like this. This is how I'm going to ring the bell. Bing,
will you let us in?
So that's that.
Nice.
So yay.
Hey Lisa, congratulations.
Congratulations. So I guess if anybody has any questions about any of the projects, whether we've posted them or not, certainly just shout out to us, PM us on Ravelry. Like we said, we're going to try and be back in a couple weeks, regular schedule for the time being, and then we'll work it out from there. But we definitely are committed to not having us wait this long again.
Absolutely.
Life got in the way, and Rhinebeck got in the way, and
yes. And next weekend I'm going to New England Fiber Festival.
When are you going? Is it Saturday the 7th?
Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday coming up.
I'm actually going to go to Gauge and Tension. Do you remember when the Plucky Knitter came there last year? Well, they're having a trunk show there this year. I don't think Sarah and Haley will be there, but I told Julie Sanjul on Ravelry. I told her that I would make an appearance. I would try, obviously I would plan to do it, and then obviously anything goes the day of, but I'm going to plan on going there. So if anybody's, around Brooklyn or, in the area and can get their way to Brooklyn, it's on Greenpoint Avenue, and that's where I will be on Saturday. Just for a little while. I won't be there very long, but I'll go early in the morning and meet up with Julie, who we haven't seen since Vogue Knitting. And so, yeah. So I'll bring my business cards, hand them out.
So are you going to go to Vogue Knitting this year?
Julie asked me. I wanted to ask you. I'm sure. Are you going? Like, did you sign up for classes already?
No, I just bought the market ticket. They did have a class on dyeing yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to sign up for it, and then I realized that you can't just add a class to your cart.
Yeah.
What you can do is you have to sign up for the package. Either you're going to get just the market tickets, which is just what I got, or the market tickets with one class and one lecture. And I realized I wasn't going to sit through any lecture.
Yeah.
I like them, but it's not a good use of my money.
Yeah.
So, because you're not going to learn anything new at the lecture. Anyway, so I decided to forego the dyeing class. I'm just going to let Clementine teach me everything I need to know.
Is she coming to Vogue?
Against her will and better judgment. She hasn't been at the knit night because she's away, but
okay.
So I decided that I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just take that leap of faith, which is why this bag of fiber we talk about this bag of fiber every night, every time at knit night,
That's
about
funny.
why I can't. And they asked me, what is the biggest problem?
I know.
And I said, putting this fiber in a pot of hot water that was just boiled with, when you're growing up, you don't want to get ink stains on your clothes.
Yeah.
This is like, to me, a giant ink stain. Whatever color it happens to be. Anyway, it stays there, and Lisa's still trying to tell me why I don't mind dripping dye onto fiber, but I won't put the fiber in the pot.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is strange, but everybody has
their thing.
Everybody has their thing. That's one of the crazy things about me. The other thing is Claire from New Hampshire Knits put out a sock like a month ago that I did the test knit for.
Mm-hmm.
It is a beautiful, stretchy, looks like cable, but it's not, lacy sock. Gorgeous. I'm
Nice.
gonna insert the picture
Okay.
when I edit. And she has generously, and as a matter of fact, I made the socks, and the pattern is on my project page.
Wow.
And wait, you want to hear what other fancy? I met Claire at Rhinebeck.
Oh, nice.
She is the cutest, sweetest person I think I've ever met there.
Aw.
So it was wonderful to meet her. And there was myself and another test knitter who did the sock pattern for her, and she actually put our names on the pattern to thank
That's
us.
nice.
Wasn't that sweet?
That is
She
nice.
sent me needles and a set of circular needles and a card to thank me for.
Oh, that was
I
nice.
was like, you call me up for every
Yeah.
pattern you ever want test knit. Not that I expect a gift, but she was so sweet. It was incredible.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like when you test knit or you sample knit, like it's more just you want to help out that designer because you like that designer, you like their projects, and anything that you can do to help them out is great. I don't expect anything. If they gift me the pattern at the end, that's, for me, that's plenty. Because a lot of times, like, I knit stuff that I don't even wear and I don't even gift, and it just sits in bags until I'm like, oh, I have this, or oh, I have that. So for me, it's nice to just be able to do it and then gift it out or do it and, send it back to the designer. For
Well,
me,
I
that's enough.
gifted the socks I made, the Agatha socks I made to the woman that I sat next to for 10 months when I was in a
Oh, yeah, you
in
remember.
a position. And when I gave them to her, the first thing that struck her was the color, which she absolutely loved, which was like a kind of orangey red. Um, she says, "This is so perfect," but she's so knitworthy that she just was absolutely
Yeah.
so happy to see them. And I love the stitch pattern and the way you turn a heel. Doesn't everybody do that?
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, you like to knit for people like that because they're so
Exactly.
appreciative.
So Claire has generously offered to donate the pattern for one of our prize giveaways for our
Oh, like
next.
the
knit
most
album.
finished object since the last project podcast. I'm the winner. I'm the win.
You funny. So she's generously offered to give a copy of the pattern, but go have a look. It's NH Knits. She also has an audio podcast, which I swear, when she's talking about whatever she's talking about, I feel like I am there.
Nice.
And I'm also jealous of where she lives because I love New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Nice.
that was that. I also had a chat with Anne Fran 25
Yep.
about giving away stitch markers.
Oh, she does stitch markers?
She does stitch markers.
Wow.
She has a shop at Store Envy, and her stitch markers, they're so reasonably priced, and I use them on my sweater project, and I use them on my nephew's
No.
sweater.
Yeah.
And really, I love those, just like I love the round rubber ones.
Yep.
They keep your stitches from sliding over.
Yeah.
Perfect. They don't leave that little gap that the rubber ones sometimes can.
Yeah.
So she generously offered them up as a prize. And I also had received, I spoke with Sasha from Stitch by Sasha.
Yep.
And I also spoke with Maria Elena Bliss, and they both offered bags as prizes for our next knit along.
Nice.
So we have to keep this podcast on point because we got some really great offers for prizes, and I want to keep those people, give them their due.
So I think what we have to do is we have to encourage the people who have been religiously coming into our knit-alongs to tell their friends. Spread the word, because the more people that are into the knit-along, the more fun we have. I mean, I love seeing all the project pictures. I love seeing all the chatter. I love, hearing from new people. And like Sue sent me an email, a private message, and asked me, we miss you. When are you coming back to podcasting? I hope everything is okay. And, everything is fine. It's just, honestly, life got in the way. But, encourage your friends to join. I mean, just join the group, and they don't have to be very active if that's not what they're comfortable with. But we do have a lot of fun. And, if people want to have fun, encourage them to join in.
Right. And then there's always the podcast, and then there's Knit Nights, which happens on Wednesday at 7:30, every Wednesday at 7:30. There's plenty of opportunities to get your things in because, like, you get a message about,
Yep.
when are you coming back? Are you ever going to podcast again?
Yeah.
I get it at midnight.
Yeah.
So, some things are, some things down the road. I mean, scheduling is really going to be an issue for me mostly, because
Which-
there's some changes coming.
Yeah, but that was me at the beginning. You know, in the beginning of the
Yeah.
podcast, my schedule was awful and we had to try and find a time and, you know, we'd made it work because, you know, we were committed. So we're committed to making it work now. And it may not be every Monday or every Wednesday, but, you know, we're definitely committed to every 2 weeks, you know, trying to make it work, whether it be every Sunday until Sharon's schedule gets more stability or, you know, whatever it is that works. You know, we know that people out there want to see us and we obviously want to talk with each other, which was the main reason why we got this podcast started. So we're committed to doing that.
Yeah. So, the one last thing I have to talk about was Rhinebeck.
Yes.
Did post my pictures on Instagram.
Yes.
I told you Claire, but I also took my project book.
Oh, nice.
And I let, when my camera died, because just a note for the people who are traveling from very far away to go to Rhinebeck. The trip will suck all the juice out of your and the service up there is sketchy anyway, but the trip will take away all of your battery life. So after a few pictures, my camera died. Normally, I take my regular camera with me. I don't know what I was thinking when I left. I was like, this will be plenty because I'll be posting to Instagram. How does that save you?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Anyway, so I got people to sign my autograph book. So that made memories for me
Yeah.
that, I mean, really, that cannot be replaced. And I saw Stacy from Mustache Sheep there, and I asked her, I said, will you ever be vending here? She was like, I wish. And I was like, I wish too.
Yeah.
Because when you watch her podcast, she's like, I made 800 skeins, or I put together 600 skeins for the show. And I'm like, and I can't get one going to the website.
Yeah.
So I really want one of those OCD skeins.
Yeah.
Oh, just one. I will knit for you for a year if you give me one skein. So that is everything. I think that's everything up to date.
Excellent.
Now all I have to do is finish my whips and get started on the stuff that I you know, there's going to be plenty of stuff that I make for my nephew.
And you
Little
also
Noah.
have to update your project page.
Oh my gosh, here she goes. Nag, 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 nag.
Too funny.
Oh my gosh, yes, I know. And you know something? It's funny because I don't have time I need to go onto Ravelry.
Right, but you are very good at when somebody sends you an email. Like, I know from my personal experience that if you're like that with everybody else, which I know you are, if anybody has any questions, just PM Sharon and she'll get back to you right away.
I get right back to you
Yeah.
because those messages pop up in my on my phone.
Yeah, same thing.
And I can answer from my phone. But just know that the scheduling issue is totally mine.
Oh, no, it's both of
At
us.
this point.
No, it's both of
Because
us.
some things are in flux at the moment. The only nights I have free now are Saturday and Sunday, which since I'm back at work, when I was fake retired, I was home. I can do everything during the day.
We even podcast during the day.
Yeah, I could, do my grocery shopping, and then everything was fine. And then I got a job and I had to compress everything into my weekends.
Yeah.
And then my mother told me I was a rotten daughter. And so instead of making me go to her house every Sunday, she's now coming to my house on Sundays. She says I'm rotten. I am. I'm rotten to the core. A lot of times I'm just so tired, Anyhow, long story, nobody cares. This is the smallest violin playing for me. The scheduling issue, while I'm going to say it's 90% an issue with me, I think that Tracy and I are going to try to figure out a time, which is probably going to cut into her life as well. Because
both of us.
whatever happens to me is going to impact you.
Right,
directly.
and I think it's both of us. So we're both making sacrifices. And again, it's not just because we want to be out there for everybody, but because we also want to chat with each other. So it's definitely difficult over the next couple weeks to try and mesh our schedules. Like, this isn't ideal for me. It's certainly not ideal for Sharon, but it's been
Yeah,
enough,
because-
and we couldn't let it go even another day. So we just said, for Sunday, let's just suck it up. Let's do it. And
We're gonna go for Sundays for a little while.
Yep.
Yeah, because I have to choose between God and my mom, and I'm scared of both of them.
yeah, I would be.
So
All right.
I am going to make it my business to try to. I mean, certain things I have no control over.
Right.
I just have no control. So until next time, ladies and gents, and there are some gents out there.
Yes.
In fact, I know that there are people out there who are lurkers, who never make any comments or anything, which is good because people, if everything is okay, they say nothing. But if they think you suck, they manage to find a way to.
And
to
we're
find
all
just the
about
right-
comments.
Just the right words. And then there are the people who just watch and don't say anything. I said I would just love to know how many people are really out there. If they would just go in the Ravelry forum once and just say hi and let it go.
Yeah.
That would just tickle me. But it doesn't matter because I'm really here so I can have a chat with Tracy, so I can brag. I mean, talk about my knitting because I've absolutely worn my family down. I take a picture and I send it to them. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's nice."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Do you know how many hours?"
That's funny.
So yeah, and the friendships I've made because of the podcast and Ravelry are invaluable. I can't even tell you. I would not have met the people that I met if I wasn't on the podcast. And that is my main motivation. So while I would love people to subscribe to the channel and to participate in the Ravelry forums, just knowing that you're there is more satisfaction for me.
Yeah. I would agree
Just
with
makes
that.
me really excited and happy. So while Tracy and I put our heads together and try to figure out what the next knit along or whatever is going to be, because the holidays are coming up.
Yep.
So it needs to be something small.
Yep.
Like, Thanksgiving fruit, who knows. Anyway, until next time, ladies and gents, we will see you in 2 weeks.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.